A new poll has come out from NBC News showing that Americans, majority of them, still hate every single thing that Donald Trump is doing. From tariffs to vaccines to foreign policy to immigration. On every single issue, Donald Trump is still underwater, with fewer than half of the American public approving of what he's doing, including approving of him as a human being. Now, that's not surprising. That's not necessarily something that matters at this point, because we're starting to see this trend develop in almost every poll that comes out. Some of the right-leaning polls still have Donald Trump a little bit, like 1 point or 2, above water on the issue of immigration, but on the issue of deportations, immigration in general, every other poll is showing majority of people are not happy with what Trump is doing. Again, we know that. We accept it, whatever. So why am I talking about this poll? Because this poll also has some pretty horrific news for Republicans for next year's midterms. We're 14 months away, folks, a little under 14 months away at this point. And I know that that seems like a long time, but in the world of politics, it really isn't. People are starting to declare their candidacies. As early as next March, we will be having primaries. We will be in the heart of campaign season before we know it. And right now, the polls are showing that Republicans are in trouble. Now, before I read you some of these numbers, we also have to understand Democrats have a historically low approval rating. It's an approval rating that is actually lower than the Republican Party's approval rating and Donald Trump's approval rating. Now, all three, of course, are underwater, but nobody has a higher disapproval rating than the Democratic Party. But even with that, Democrats are overperforming in special elections throughout the year. So the voters are like, man, yeah, I hate Republicans, I hate Trump, but I hate Democrats the most. And then they're going to the polls and voting for Democrats. So I don't know. I can't explain it. I don't understand it. I'll just accept that it's happening and be fine with it. But the poll also found this, which could maybe explain why this is happening. Voter enthusiasm is critical as elections for the midterm are in 14 months. Nearly half of Democrats, 49%, report that they are furious about the actions of the Trump administration. On the other side, 27% of Republicans say they are thrilled with the administration's actions. That's the difference. Only 27% of Republicans are thrilled with what's happening out there in Trump world. They love every second of it, but it's only a little over a quarter of the Republican Party. Meanwhile, half of the Democrats are like, F this, I'm pissed off, I'm going to vote. But because there aren't enough Republicans who are enthusiastic about what's happening, those folks are staying home in the special elections. And hopefully that is a trend that carries over to next year's midterms. These are not people who will end up becoming swing voters and flip over to blue, but they're people who will stay home, and that's just as effective as them switching over to Democrats. The numbers get worse for Republicans. Listen to this. Just 8% of independents report positive feelings towards the actions of the Trump administration, far lower than the 56% who report negative feelings. So more than half of independents feel negative about everything Trump is doing. Those are the people who do bounce from red to blue to red to blue. That's where the difference will come in next year's midterms. Unless, of course, Donald Trump decides to change course, become a good person, maybe 3 ghosts visit him at the middle of the night this coming Christmas. But it's going to take a massive change of who he is as a human being for these voters to come around back to him. I don't think it's going to happen. And that, of course, could spell doom for Republicans in next year's midterms, even if the Democratic Party's approval rating remains in the gutter. They'll only have 2 years after that to fix it. But right now, even with the majority of the public disliking them, the Democrats are still poised, it looks like, for pretty big gains in next year's midterms. Thanks for watching, everybody, and if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.